ভালোই উড়িলো আরুণা পুরা ভাগে বিজয়মানি গোরা মানি জাগে Bhakata samuha loya sathe gela nagara brage Bhakata samuha loya sathe gela nagara brage Tatai tatai bajal khol gana gana dae jajraro Tatai tatai bajal khol gana gana dae jajraro Premi dala dala sonaranga charanu purabaji Premi dala dala sonaranga charanenu purabaji Mukunda Madhava Yadava Hari Bole na bole re vadana bori Mukunda Madhava Yadava Hari Bole na bole re vadana bori Meche nidabashe gelor rati devasha shari rasaje Meche nidabashe gelor rati devasha shari rasaje He manadulaba manavadeho Paiya ki koro bhavana keho He manadulaba manavadeho Paiya ki koro bhavana keho Ebe navajele yashoda sutha charamapuri belaje Ebe navajele yashoda sutha charamapuri belaje উদিতা তাপনা হইলে আস্থা দিন গেল বলে হইবে ব্যস্তা উদিতা তাপনা হইলে আস্থা দিন গেল বলে হইবে ব্যস্তা তবে কেন এবে আলাসা হয় না বাজাহু দয়ারাজে তবে কেন এবে আলাসা হয় না বাজাহু দয়ারাজে जीवन नित्य जन हसा तहे नाना वेदा विपदबा जीवन नित्य जन हसा तहे नाना वेदा विपदबा नामस गोरे जथाने तुमी तागापन काजे नामशय कोरे जथाने तुमी तागापन काजे जीवेर कल्याण साधन काम जगत आशिये मधुर नाम जीवेर कल्याण साधन काम जगत आशिये मधुर नाम आविद्यते मेरा तपन रूपे हृदय गगन विराजे आविद्यते मेरा तपन रूपे हृदय गगन विराजे कृष्ण नमा शुद्धा करे अपार जोरावो बाका दे विनोद प्राण कृष्ण नमा शुद्धा करे अपार जोरावो बाका दे विनोद प्राण नाम बिना किछु नहीं कारो चौदह भुवन माजे दिलो अरुणपुरा बाबाजे गेलो नगर विराजे मणि गोरा मणि जागे बाकात सामुहालु यसाते गेला नागर ब्राजे Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Harinam Sankirtan ki. Please read translation one by one. And this is very much connected to today's our topic, beyond three modes of material nature. How it is relevant, we will see in our next 1 hour discourse. Please read. Mic denu. Yes. Yes, yes, one by one.
All the devotees chanted the names Mukunda, Madhava, Yadava and Hari. Their mouths being filled with the vibrations, they would announce to the still sleeping people, you spend your night uselessly sleeping and your days decorating by your bodies.
Yes, Prabhu.
You have achieved such a rare human body, but you do not care for this gift. You remain not serving the darling of Yashoda and slowly fall through your last moments to death.
With every rising and setting of the sun, a day passes and is lost. Then why do you remain idle and not serve the Lord of the heart?
Yes, next. Mataji. Who wants the nectar? How many wants of the nectar? It's not the nectar of the ocean. समुद्र मंथन लीला जो हुआ था ना, उसका नेक्टर नहीं है. कौन सा नेक्टर है? हरिनाम का. Let's see how it is relevant for our today's topic. We'll quickly start. We can show the verse number. I will try from my laptop. Today we are discussing from Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter 14, entitled as Three Modes of Material Nature, in verse number 20. Wait, I will try from here, wireless. How many of you are regularly attending classes? Okay, good number of people. Give me the access if it comes. Is it visible? No, it's good. And most of the people doesn't understand what is meant by beyond. Beyond three modes of material nature. Today we are going to discuss on this topic. What does it mean? What is meant by three modes of material nature and what is beyond it? Something is a good thought for thinking and to know what is there beyond this material nature. Generally people are not aware about their life only, and when they will discuss or when they will come to the platform of Atthato Brahma Jignasa, Atthato Brahma Jignasa, after that only we will come to know what is meant by three modes of material nature and how to go beyond it and how to achieve the transcendental platform, Shuddha Sattva. And today's verse, which is the base verse for this subject matter. Please repeat after me. Gunan etan atitya trin dehi deha samudbhavan janma mrityu jara dukhe vimukto amrutam asnute गुणानेतान अतित्यात्रिन देहि देहा समुद्भवान जन्म मृत्यु जरा दुःखे विमुक्तो अमृतमश्नुते गुणानेतान अतित्यात्रिन देहि देहा समुद्भवान जन्म मृत्यु जरा दुःखे विमुक्तो अमृतमश्नुते गुणानेतान अतित्यात्रिन देहि देहा समुद्भवान Janma Mrityu Jara Dukkha Vimukto Amrutam Ashnute. Please recite. Jnanetanatītyatrim. Mataji. Anyone? What word meaning, translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivinoda Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. What word meaning? Gunan, qualities. Etan, all these. Atitya, transcending. Trin, three. Dehi, the embodied. Deha, the body. Samudbhavan, produced of. Janma, of birth. Mrityu, death. Jara, and old age. Dukkha, the distress. Vimuktaha, being freed from. Amrutam, nectar. Ashnute, he enjoys. Till now we heard twice Amrutam. One in the bhajan, now here one more time Amrutam. Translation. When the embodied being is able to transcend these three modes associated with the material body, he can become free from birth, death, old age and their distress, and can enjoy nectar even in this life. Please repeat. When the embodied being is able to transcend these three modes associated with the material body, he can become free from birth, death, old age and their distress, and can enjoy nectar even in this life. Purport. How can, no repeat. How one can stay in the transcendental position even in this body in full Krishna consciousness is explained in this verse. The Sanskrit word dehi means embodied. Although one is within the material body, by his advancement in spiritual knowledge, he can be free from the influence of the modes of nature. He can enjoy the happiness of spiritual life even in this body, because after leaving this body, he is certainly going to the spiritual sky. But even in this body, he can enjoy spiritual happiness. In other words, devotional service in Krishna consciousness is the sign of liberation from material entanglement. And this will be explained in the 18th chapter. When one is freed from the influence of the modes of material nature, he enters into devotional service. It's a huge meaning is there in the purport. We'll try to decode it. We'll chant the prayers, pranam mantra prayers. Om ajnanatimirandasya jnananjanashalakaya chakshurunmitam yena tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya manobishtam sthapitam yena bhutale swayam rupa kadamayyam dadati swapadankitam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagajatam Sagana Raghunatanvitantam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Ushavanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Peshtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namini. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarni Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kupasinnirbhayevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Om Tat Sat. I hope most of you might have seen that message in the group. I hope most of them. I purposefully kept the topic that beyond the three modes of material nature. And first of all, before going to discuss about the beyond three modes of material nature, let us see what is meant by three modes of material nature. Isn't it? In the outside world, we see people are not giving time for themselves only. How many of you have agree this point? People are not giving time for themselves. Not giving time for themselves. It's a little wonderful thing that we think that we are engaging 24 hours by 7 for self only. How come we are not giving time for the self? Isn't it? In the bhajan we sang today, what is there in that? Miche nida base gelo rati divasa sharira saje. What is that meaning? They would announce to the still peeping people, you spend your nights uselessly sleeping and your days decorating your bodies. What happened? The people in general, where they are spending their time? Out of 24 hours, how many hours people sleep generally? 1/3, 8 hours. 8 hours is gone. How many hours left? 16 hours. Isn't it? After 16 hours, how many hours you will take for the decorating the body? Let's say in the morning he will take some A person take bath twice in a day or once in a day. He may take half an hour for clearing and washing and everything. Maybe 1 hour. Half an hour for cleaning the body, half an hour for cleaning the clothes. 1 hour is gone. 15 hours. How many hours left? 15 hours. After that, he will wear clothes and he will make up, he will keep the scent and he will use so many things. Isn't it? There is a statistics says that a person spends his 7 years of life in combing their hair. 7 years of life. In an average, daily they spend 5 to 7 minutes in a day just combing the hair. Just combing the hair, a person spends 7 years of life in combing the hair. A statistics says. Out of 60 years of lifespan, 7 years are gone. Just combing the hair. If you go in detail, there will be no time for the self. If you go in detail. Now we are at 15 hours time for us. 8 hours gone for sleep. 1-2 hours in decorating the body and washing clothes and getting ready. And how many hours a common person works outside? How many hours? Let's say, generally they work from 10 to 6, 8 hours. In that lunch break, one hour will be there, and the evening one more hour will go for the lunch. How many hours left? Gone? How many hours gone? 8 plus 2, 10. How many hours left? 5 hours left. If you want to go to the work, immediately we cannot work while sitting here only. We need to travel. Isn't it? In traveling, how many hours generally man spends in a day? City like Hyderabad, Bombay, they spend more hours. Let's say 2 hours. How many hours left? 3 hours. Out of 3 hours, if the person comes back, he will spend for himself or he spend with the family? What about the friends, relatives? At least we say, hi, hello, how are you? You are fine. Kushal Prashnan. At least we ask the minimum things, isn't it? And we are just calculating the time according to the strict person. If somebody is there who is going to speak with the whomever they met, what happens? His time will be going that only, speaking with other. How many hours left now? Out of 3 hours? If the kids are there in the family, what happens? Will he spend time for himself? Like that, we are not caring or we are not giving time for the self. Suppose some people say, no, we take care. We take care of our bodies very nicely. Early morning we woke up and we will go for jogging or walking. We will do exercises. Some people may say, isn't it? There are a lot of people, those who do jogging in the early morning. We see in the morning hours, devotees chant the holy name. If sometimes they go for the cool air in the outside, what happens? We see so many people, by wearing shoes, they are running here and there, in the lanes, in the city. They are running here and there to keep their body healthy. 1-2 hours will go on in that way only. Where the common people, a person spending time for self. If you deeply scrutinizingly observe, it comes to the only 2 factors, me and mine. According to these two only, people spend their time. In the very starting of this chapter, Lord Krishna says, Lord Krishna says, what he says? I have given you the absolute truth. He is telling to Arjuna. Till this 13th chapter, I have given the detailed description about the absolute truth. Now hear from me how this one can be freed from the material entanglement. People are wondering, even though they don't want to spend life, just now we have discussed the 24 hours lifespan per day. They are spending time without knowing themselves only. This is happening because of the material nature. It's called Prakruti, Lord's external energy. Because of that external energy only, people are entangled. See here, the highlighted text. It's also been explained that it is due to association with the modes of material nature that the living entity is entangled in this material world. Simple. Because of modes of nature, the living entity is entangled. And what happens because of this? We sang in the bhajan. They spend their time in sleeping and decorating bodies. And they are not able to recognize that rare gift that one can get is a human form of life. We know, out of 84 lakhs of species, only once he gets human body. Out of 84 lakhs of lifetimes, he gets only once the human body. And if he miss that opportunity, what great danger is awaiting for us. That's what Lord Krishna give assurance that I will protect you from that great danger. Anybody know the verse? Yes. Salpam apyasya dharmasya trayato mahato bhayat. Lord Krishna is declaring the Bhagavad Gita that even if a person does little devotion service, he is getting freed from not going to that animal form of life, lower forms of life. At least you will get the human body. See, such a great, what you can say, depth is there for devotional service. And what we are doing without caring for this human form of life and this rare gift, we are not serving the darling of Yashoda. And we are engaging in our day-to-day activities, which are routine. And now Damodar Mass is going on, Kartik Mass. Especially this month, we offer lamps, ghee lamp to the Lord Damodar and Mother Yashoda also. You can see in the altar, Yashoda Maya and Lord Damodar. They are giving darshan to everyone. That's what our Acharya Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he is emphasizing that who is that such a fool who is not worshipping Lord Krishna. I hope we are not that fools. Isn't it? We know from the Bhagavatam, those who are super intelligent, they only accept Krishna consciousness and they only practice devotional service. It's very, very rare. That's confirm that we are not the fools. From Bhagavatam only, from scripture only, we can confirm that we are not the fools. Those who come to the temple and does little bit devotion service at the home or anywhere, at least little bit devotion service, they are not the fools. And the knowledge explained in this chapter, the three modes of material nature, 14th chapter, is proclaimed by the Supreme Lord to be superior to the knowledge given so far in other chapters. Whatever Lord Krishna gave, the knowledge in previous 13 chapters is about absolute truth. The Lord is confirming that this knowledge which is going to be revealed in this 14th chapter is far superior. By understanding this knowledge, various great sages attained perfection and transferred to the spiritual world. What happened? By understanding this knowledge about three modes of material nature, what happened to the great sages? They fall down. What happened to them? Or they went to again 84 lakhs of species? Where they went? Yes. What happened? They transferred to the spiritual world. Not only that, see, the Lord now explains the same knowledge in a better way. Whatever Lord given till now, it is explained in different angle of vision. And this knowledge is far superior to all other process of knowledge thus far explained. And knowing this, many attain perfection. Thus, it is expected that one who understands this 14th chapter will attain perfection. How many of you want to get perfected in your life? Let's read the 14th chapter. At least the translations of the today's chapter, selected topic. At least if we understand little bit, then we will be freed from this three modes of material nature, as we discuss in the today's selected verse, that we will be situated in what happens? We will drink that nectar even in this life. We will be free from birth, death, old age and their disease. See, Lord Shiva tells to Mother Parvati the greatness of reciting Srimad Bhagavad Gita. If you recite each chapter, you will get certain benefit. So many people outside, they chant 15th chapter, 11th chapter, 12th chapter. They chant entire their life. I saw so many people, when we go for book distribution, we met so many people. They ask that you have separate edition. Jai Sisi Radha Madhav ki, Jai Sisi Gaur Nitai ki, Jai Sisi Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maharani Sudarshan ji ki Jai. Now, till now it is clear that if we read this chapter, what happens to us? 1 hour will be wasted in our life. What happens? Huh? Yes, we understand about the knowledge, absolute truth, and what happens after that? We will become free from birth, death, old age and their disease. Not only that, even in this life we can enjoy the nectar of devotional service. Devotional service is not a burdensome, it's a nectar. Externally people may see, if they come to temple and they see, hey, people, they may see that devotees are working so hard, like laborers. What happiness they are deriving from it? People may see, Are, isn't it? Early morning, if you come, devotees take the brooms and they clean the temple. A normal person wonders, what happened to them? They read so much knowledge, they have knowledge, and they graduated students, and so many things they did, and they sacrificed everything, and they came. What pleasure is there in brooming? If you say to our youngsters or upcoming generation to broom in a home, what they say? It's not my job. Isn't it? If you want to train your children, what they say? Tell to the maid servant, they will do. We don't do. But if you give them the taste that there is a pleasure in that service, there is a nectar in that service, are they going to understand? Very few may understand by hearing, some may understand by doing, isn't it? Some people doesn't understand after doing anything, everything. Just like a thief. In the Nectar of Instruction, Srila Prabhupada says in the very first verse, there are three kinds of people. First category people, they will understand by hearing only. And second category of people, they will understand after experiencing it. The third category of people, they never understand. Even after hearing, even after experiencing also. Just like a thief. Isn't it? If a person wants to steal, because of these three modes of material nature, what happens? Sometimes we may get the propensity to cheat, or to steal. By the illusion potency of the Lord, if somebody get in contact with the money, he may get allured, let me snatch it. And if he does, what happens? What happens to him? He will be jailed. He will be jailed. But if somebody tells us we should not do thievery, otherwise what happens? We will get a punishment. An intelligent person will understand, and he never does. But a person who has doubt, what happens? What he does? He tries for sometimes, and he does first time, and he gets caught, and he is in jail now, and he experiences. If I steal, I will get punishment, and he got experience, and next time he don't do. But third category of people, he waits for the opportunity when I will be again revealed from this jail, and again I will steal. He makes the plan in the jail itself only. Next thievery, where should I do? He makes the plan. Similarly, those people who are entangled in this bodily consciousness, dehi deha, गुणान एतान अतित्यात्रिन देही देहा समुद्भवान जन्म मृत्यु जरा दुःखेर विमुक्तो अमृतम आश्नुते. गुणान एतान, these three modes of material nature, atityatrin, beyond these three modes of material, what happens? Dehi deha samudbhavan. This embodied body will be freed from janma mrityu jara dukkha. Let's see how a person is relieved from this janma mrityu jara dukkha. We say this world is full of miseries. Not only we, Lord Krishna himself, he stamped this world after creation, that this world is dukkhalayam ashashvatam, where everybody is going to suffer. But if a person practices devotional service, what happens to him? The very second chapter, Arjuna got the same knowledge. In the very first chapter, he says, I don't want to do fight. because of this bodily platform, or because of these three modes of material nature only. And he says, if I kill, I will get a sin. If I kill them, there will be nobody after winning the war, no one is there to share the happiness. Whom should I share? And there will be no one to guide us. Everyone will be killed. There will be disharmony in society. Adharma will prevail. Like that, certain arguments Arjuna keeps. But as soon as Krishna hears and as soon as Arjuna surrenders to Krishna, Krishna immediately chastises. Oh Arjuna, you are talking like a learned person. Where your knowledge is gone. A soul cannot be killed. So a soul cannot be cut into pieces. It cannot be fired, it cannot be water. The all knowledge is there in second chapter. Atma Jnana. One who hears, one who knows this knowledge, and if he realizes, then we can say he is self-realized person. The spiritual journey is not stopped here only. This is just beginning step. What is that beginning step? Knowing that we are not the body, we are the spirit soul. And everything is, whatever we see in this world is designated to the body itself. Let's say, for example, if you want to introduce to anybody. Suppose a new person is there, you want to introduce. What do we say? What do we say generally? Let's say somebody will say name. My name is such and such. Let's say Hari. My name is Hari. Does it going to benefit anybody? Both of them? No. Let's say he doesn't say name. He says his occupation. Let's say I am a doctor. He introduces to other person, I am a doctor. Is he a doctor? Does it belongs to whom? But people doesn't think about this only. They doesn't think only because they don't give time to the self only. That's what we concluded in the starting of this class today. They don't give time to the self. If they started giving time to the self, then nothing but athato brahma jignasa. Giving time to the self. Athato brahma jignasa. What does that mean? Athato brahma jignasa. जो भगवान के बारे में absolute truth के if you want to know about the absolute truth and about self, what is the relation between the Lord and the Jiva, that is called Athato Brahma Jignasa. Then only the real human form of life is started. Otherwise there is no difference between humans and animals. And if you go on discussing what is the difference between animal and human, we will come to the conclusion that what all activities the animals will do and humans will do, all are common only mostly. All activities, whatever you take, any example or any activity you take, it is there in the animal kingdom and the human kingdom also. Any activity you take, either thinking, feeling, willing, procuring, anything. Any activity you take is there in both form of life. But only one thing is not there. That is about inquiring about absolute truth. Inquiring about absolute truth. That is there given opportunity in this human form of life only. In no form we will get this opportunity. Only human form of life. That is why 500 years back our lordships, Gaur and Nitai, they arisen in the eastern part of Bharat Bhumi and they started this congregation chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And with the mridangas, kartal and everything. They started this Hare Krishna Kirtan all over the country. And they're chanting Mukunda, Madhava, Yadava, Hari. And they're waking up those sleeping souls. Who are sleeping? Generally, if we say, are we awake or are we asleep? Are we in a sleep? Just now we saw, those who are trying for absolute truth, Athata Brahma Jignasa, they are only awakened. Rest everyone is in the sleeping condition only. Because they don't know about what is meant by life. And that's what Lord Gauranga and Nityananda, they are teaching to all the people that Emana Durlabha Manava Deho, this human form of life is very rare. Emana Durlabha, it's Durlabh. But you got a great gift. Paiya ki koro bhavana keho. But you have got this gift of human body. It's a very astonishing thing to hear that we got the human form of body as a gift. It's a gift. But we never thought it is a gift. But we always give credit to general common people, they give credit to mother and father. Because they have given this body. You see, we say, we are introducing to opposite person about our bodily designation, about the body only. But we just now came to know that the body is not belongs to us. The body belongs to parents, mother and father. And what is there with us? Even time is not there, body is not there, what is there with us? And whatever knowledge we have, we are not using for ourselves, we are giving to the companies, are running a business. What is there with us? Even the money we accumulate or money we get, we are not going to take anywhere. We may use for little comforts in this life. And then what is with us? That's what Lord Gauranga and Nitya they are teaching. Ebe na bajile yashoda shuta, charame poriba laje. Don't waste this human form of life. Please worship the darling of Mother Yashoda. Udita tapana hoi asta, dina gelo boli hoi bebyasta. What we are doing? We are just rotting in this life. Tapana hoile. With every rising and setting of the sun, a day passes and is lost. Then, why do you remain idle and not serve the Lord of the heart? Tabena kehu alasa hoi na bajehu de raje. Because of this mode of ignorance, what happens? We are in the bodily platform thinking about the body, and whatever belongs to this body is mine. If we are in this consciousness, what happens? We become lazy. Lazy for what? Lazy for spiritual journey, spiritual activities. We are not lazy for the eating, mating and sleeping independently. We are lazy for spirituality. Jivena anitya jana hasar tahe nana vida vipadabar. Let understand that this life is anitya. It's temporary. It's not going to be with us. It's full of miseries. Let's take the shelter of the holy name as our only business. Isn't it? Whatever business we do in this world is going to be last for few years, few hundred years. If you go into Indian history or whatever history, you see so many kings came, so many kingdoms came, they ruled for a big number of duration of time, but everything is lost. So many kingdoms, so many kings came. Muslims came, Christians came, so many. Britishers came, so many kingdoms came and everyone left. History in the pages. That's it. It's not going to benefit any of us. Just to know about the glory of our nation. That much is only needful in the history. Rest everything is just in the pages. That is all temporary. Let's take the benefit of this holy name business. Literally, one of our Acharya says, we should do the business of holy name. Generally, people take different businesses. But we should take the business of holy name, where there will be no loss at any point of time. In any of the business which we see in outside, there will certainly be profit and loss. But there is only one business, only profit is there, only profit. There is the business of holy name. That's what in the Gaudiya Sampradaya, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu teaches and Nityananda Prabhu teaches. He opened that marketplace where the people can come and take this holy name freely. But there is only one charge. What is that charge? Greed. To have more. Laulyam. Laulyam is the only mulya. Laulyam mulam ekam. Isn't it? If you want if we honor the prasad, what happens? If some items are limited, our whole consciousness is there only. Let me have one more. Let me get some more. I will enjoy. We'll have like that, isn't it? Similarly, we should have that greedy for the holy name. If you have the greed in business, then we will success. That is the formula. All the business people catch it. Isn't it? If a person starts a business, he earns, let's say 5 lakhs. And what does he do? He keeps that 5 lakhs as an investment, and again next year he makes the turnover into 10 lakhs, 15 lakhs, 1 crore. Again, whatever he gets, he keeps in business and he gets more. Isn't it? He wants to go multiply so many n number of times. Similarly, we should also do this holy name business where it should spread 1, 5, 10, 15. Like that n number of souls. All the jivas should get benefit of this holy name. We should become the ambassadors for this business. Take this holy name and spread everywhere. So that the people, those are sleeping souls, those are engaged in decorating their bodies, let them awake with the holy name that this is the only thing which will relieve from the 3 modes of material nature. Avidyati mira tapana rupe huda gagana biraje. Jivare kalyana sadhana kam jagate asiye ye maduranam. This is the holy name only shelter to not get affected from this 3 modes of material nature. In one sense you can say birth, death, old age and distress. Holy name is the only medicine or remedy that where we can not get affected by this. That's what Bhakti Vinoda is praying. Take this holy name, Krishna Nama Shuddha Koriyapan, Jirao Bhakti Vinoda Pran. Nama Bina Kichu Nahiko Aro Chauda Bhuvana Maje. In these 14 planetary systems, except the holy name, nothing is there. Everything is temporary. Everything is going to vanish after a certain period of time. That's what we should understand, that the spiritual journey is above the 3 modes of material nature. It's transcendental. And if you want to stay in that position, what happens? He will be in full Krishna consciousness. He will be not going to be affected by this birth, death, old age and distress. Not only that, he enjoys nectar in this life. And people may think sometimes, so most of the people ask, Prabhuji, You left your home. You won't go to your home. You won't visit your parents. How they will live? Who will give money to them? Almost at least one person a day asked me. Not only me, all the devotees. If they come across the new people, at least one person asks. Most of our devotees goes in the book distribution. In the signals are different parts of Hyderabad, they go for book distribution. Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, all book distribution. They do. They come across with these people. You don't have any job. You're looking like educated people. You don't have any job. Why are you selling Bhagavad Gita on the streets? Why are you disturbing people? Not only this, there are so many positive people also will meet, but critical people I am saying. They just counter questions, but they never understand about the glory, the nectar which is there in the service, devotional service. If you understand how the Bhagavad Gita is going to benefit us, if you understand this one sentence, or if you read one time, if you get the benefit, what happens? We want to share with others, isn't it? Happiness will be spread when we share with others. If you don't share, what happens? It decomposes, isn't it? Whatever we see in our day-to-day life, we acquire some vegetables or grocery. If you use, it will be useful. Otherwise, what happens? It gets decomposes by the time. Similarly, when we get the taste of the holy name, or when we get the taste of devotion service, what we should do? We should distribute. Otherwise, what happens? It will be with us only. It will be decomposes. How it decomposes us? It makes us into dry speculators. And slowly, the persons, those who are accumulating more and more knowledge, they will become a Mayavadis. And they stand against the Lord. And they said, we will become Lord. And slowly, this consciousness will develop if you don't preach. That's what Srila Prabhupada gave us a good opportunity, that those who have introduced to Krishna consciousness, they can participate in distributing this knowledge by doing book distribution, or food distribution, or holy name distribution. So many activities he gave. If you do, what happens? We will become healthy and wealthy in our devotional life. That's where we can enjoy this nectar of devotion service in this very life itself. In this very life itself. That's what the devotees, every day they get this nectar. It starts from the 4:30 a.m. in the morning. Those who want to get this nectar, they can join, they can plunder this nectar and have it and distribute it. Hare Krishna. If anybody have any questions, comments, they can ask. We can see, if we get in future, if we get the time, we can see how detailedly this sattva, rajas, tama, these three modes, how it acts upon us. And how a person, a devotee, those who are surrendered to the Supreme Person of Godhead, they are freed from this. In fact, this is the very first step in devotion service, that he will be freed from these miseries. The very first step in devotion service is that a person who comes in association of devotion service, what happens? He will get free from these miseries. For example, if a person comes to Krishna consciousness or devotion life, what happens? Immediately, we will come to know the rules and regulations, especially the 4 regulative principles. What are the 4 regulative principles? Yes. Simple. If you take one regulative principle, is that no meat eating. For meat eating, what one should do? You should get the meat. For getting the meat, somebody should kill the animals or birds or whatever form of life. There is a sin is there. What happened immediately as soon as you come in devotional service, you got freed from that sin. Committing sin, we are causing a jiva to be lost their life. We just freed from that sin because of this no meat eating regulation. What happened? We get saved from sin. Simple. Very first step only, we stopped our sin. Whatever reactions we are going to get by that killing of the animal, we got saved from that. The very first step. If you see all the rules and regulations, what happens? It saves us only. If you detail observe, what happens? We get saved from not getting entangled in this material world. But generally people say, hey, there's so many rules and regulations, who will going to practice this? It's not going to be happened by me, I will leave. People say like this and they leave also. But devotional service is such a potent, then even if you do little bit, what happens? It again and again and again, it gives timering messages. Time to time it gives pop-ups that don't do this sin. Because we have got that knowledge. If we eat, you will get the sin. We got that knowledge. So whenever we are going to perform that forbidden activity, what happens? Our intelligence knocks. It's not prescribed for us, we should not do. Again and again our intelligence, that knowledge gives us pop-ups that we should not do. That's what, if he regularly comes and hears this transcendental message, what happens? We will get the strength to not to commit those forbidden activities and to freed from this entanglement. And as a result, we saw the very first principle, if eating meat, we are getting saved from not doing sin. जय श्री श्री गौर निताय की, जय श्री श्री राधा माधव की, जय श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी सुदर्शन की जय. Similarly, I request all of you to please come regularly, hear this transcendental message, apply in your life, and spread whatever nectar you are getting to others, so that all people can get freed from this Janma Mrityu Jara and their distress. Hare Krishna. If anybody have any questions, they can personally ask me. Now we will do Kirtan and we will attend Arati, and after that there is Prasadam for everyone. Hare Krishna. श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की